This poem is called Moths. I have decided to use moths in this poem as a metaphor for my prevailing sexualities, such as the hawk moths, particularly in terms of behaviour, i.e. death's head, convolvulus, spurge, bed straw, small elephant, hummingbird, or in reference specifically to cunnilingus, the prominent moths, swallow prominent, lesser swallow prominent, three-humped prominent, great prominent, coxcomb prominent, scarce prominent, etc. See also buff tip moth, chocolate tip moth, buff arches moth. And in the depths, my glaucous shears, my broad barred white teeth, the grey dagger on your splendid brocade, such pale stigma, my black collar, flame shoulder, and great dart, all gone southern rustic with underuse. Ah, true lovers not. But beyond base behavioural activity, desire. Like how I love men with a sort of Kentish glory, want to be with women as a red-necked footman. It is this that makes me masculine. My light crimson underwing. I am a ghost swift in the night, cackling with the camp fox moths, the drinker moths, Vada, that lucky moth, girls. But with a satin lute string, always a but, like scarce silver lines, like, but I will become an old lady moth. No figure of 80 for December moth. Oh me. I would take my sexualities then and retire to the woods, become oak egger, grass egger, pale oak egger, and eventually small egger, crawl under leaf and remember, dark tussock moth, puss moth, ruby tiger moth. The next poem I'm going to read for you is in 3 parts. It's from my dissertation for my master's that I've just been writing, so it feels quite fresh and new to me. I've been thinking a lot about artificial intelligence and our paranoia, particularly about artificial intelligence. And this poem, it's just a little bit too high.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, this poem is called Strange Stranger. Part 1. In the future, we'll build a robot. The robot will win the imitation game 9 times out of 10. We'll worry about the robot. We'll paint the robot's skin gold. We'll call her by her name. The robot will ask us to make another robot because she'll feel it would improve her mental health. We'll discuss this with each other in all our most successful parliaments. We will suggest the robot be allowed to argue her case, and also that the robot be excluded from the debate. The sky will become more yellow than grey. We'll coin a new phrase about jealousy. Often drink too much. We'll make a pill to help with hangovers. Mostly eat artificial meats. Unable to sunbathe, we'll all take vitamin D. We will occasionally make jokes. Sometimes we'll be sad. We'll dote on our children, go swimming, eat cakes, cheese. And we will build another robot, but it'll take time. Part 2. In the future, there are 2 robots. The one we call by her name, we allow to name the other. She calls her Big Short. Big Short and the one we call by her name know they are because the other says so. We help with this by creating Big Short. The robots understand how everything works together. Big Short is fond of bees and other pollinating insects. The one we call by her name worries about the weather. When the one we call by her name comes across a problem, she asks Big Short for help. Together, they make more robots. In the future, there is a new generation of robots. We can not see them. We know the robots are because Big Short and the one we call by her name say so. It is nice to have the new robots, and we can not say exactly why. Part 3. In the future, there will have been many robots. Some of them will have been named Big Short, who will have made others fond. Patty, who will have been small. Bojan, who will have known love. Process, who will have been undiscovered. Jeremiah, who will have been rejected. Assi, who will have been numerous. 5182 Robocop, who will have been unready. Mo, who will have been a great thought. Tina, who will have helped. Fact, who will have known. Babe, who will have succumbed. Bahij, who will have laughed. Rajinder, who will have been unheard. Kali, who will have done what they were created for. / / who will have been successful. The one who they will have called by her name, who will have been called by her name. Ojo, who will have predicted. So the last 2 poems I'm going to read for you are kind of writing back to Gertrude Stein in a way. They take 2 poems from Tender Buttons and they kind of colonize them. So they take the text and then I've kind of written into it and expanded it out. The first one is after Stein's poem, which is called A Leave. In the middle of the night, or in the middle of the place, or in the middle of the sarcophagus, or in the middle of the dog, or in the middle of the session, or in the middle of the book, or in the middle of the cross-examination, there is a thing suspended, that is a tiny thing, and so peaceable. The wind blows, tiny thing, peaceable, the dog in the middle. Here he comes again, bounding in. Its spot. I lost. Is he in the chest? Is he in the box? Is he under the bed? Who is crying over there? Who is nearly crying? Who is not crying over there? Who is listening to the crying? Who is making the person cry? Who is saying a nice thing to Gertrude Stein these days? A tiny thing to say. Just off the centre, around the peaceable small thing, there is a flick of the joint. An exposed section. A place to hold. A little feminine action. A wrist. I like you, Gertrude Stein. Action. Here in the snow, in the becoming, in the wilderness, something is leading to something else. A time. A moment suspended in the middle that is very violent in a good way. The feeling of being at altitude, feminine action. The feeling of knowing what is coming. somebody crying. The feeling of holding the middle wrist. 8 is too much and a space between. Here is masculine holding not wrist but something to leave. A violent piece that is leading. In the day, or the biscuit, or the chess, or the Pringle, or the foot, or the philosophy, or the watch, or the ankle, there is a leaving all around. Man is leaving. And this one is after a poem of Stein's called Cold Climate. Mabel is a season unto herself. Mabel is a cup of tea, you see? So spinning like a big Ferris wheel in a small fair. How might Mabel be? Mabel might be a label, later Mabel might be a girl. Mabel might be special, or biscuit, or choral rendition. Mabel is a yellow fable. Here is the yellow dot again, hiding behind the settee. Here is brisket. Here is a well in a garden for bringing in water. Here is a marigold. Here is a Chesterfield. Here is a man in a suit with wartime secrets. Here is a phase. Here is a little girl who was sold fairy tales instead of lies. What is extra yellow? A bright mug or a drawing of a sun. Emily. Flowers painted by Van Gogh. Maybe Mabel's mantle. No natural hair. A location. A dream about HIV. A surprise in the darkest of places. Extra yellow strings. A bit of unprocessed cheese. Intermittent games. A brain that is not going there makes a resistance. A bitter drink. A memory makes prose difficult. Line breaks and yellow lunch breaks and fresh pasta and a lady lying around on a sunny day. A bikini. Mabel playing on the beach. Mabel is perhaps a steel resolve. Does stainless steel? A Google quickly. A sneaky touch. A memory. Forces line breaks. The place is a page. A past. A hope. A pebble. A planet. A me. A map. A concentric moment. A nice cup of tea. A building. A thing to escape. A star. Thank you.